Hello YouTube. Well, I got my email this morning from Google. They were nice enough to send me an email to tell me why I can fuck off. Before I go on, in case you're wondering why I got all dressed up for you guys, that's because I'm out here doing this. A friend of mine brought me some wood, took advantage of the cool morning. So they pulled my video from a couple of days ago about AppEject and the injectable RFID chips, where the CEO of AppEject, who got the $138 million contract to produce syringes in preparation for a upcoming vaccine that doesn't exist, and which is bizarre because it's not like we don't already have tens of millions of empty needles. It's not like we don't have syringe producing companies here and around the world that could possibly produce all the syringes necessary if needed, assuming it's needed. But in the interview, the CEO was asked by the presenter, tell us about the optional RFID chip option. And he says, well, this thing is capable of handling an RFID or whatever he says, and he assures you that your information is not associated with this chip. It's all about the batch and the dose. And first of all, why would there be an option? If they wanted to track the batches and the doses, why would that be an option? Why would they not track every batch and every dose? That's bizarre. Second thing is, this got me really thinking. I had a commenter show up and someone I hadn't seen, and he said, oh, you're really reaching. He says that those chips are designed to stay with the syringe. Okay, let's think about that for a second. Are you suggesting that they're gonna keep used syringes? Because what good would it do? Right? If they don't keep the used syringe so they can go back and find out which syringe went where, to who was injected, what good would that do? And by the way, if you're a corporation who, is always trying to save money at every turn, what's cheaper? A little sticker with a barcode or a high-tech RFID chip, right? I mean, it's good enough for Amazon, for FedEx. I mean, they can track your package all the way across the country. Right? It's on the truck, it's in the warehouse, it's on its way. Barcodes have successfully tracked and traced untold numbers of products from start to finish. Why wouldn't you use a little barcode? And also, your personal information must be tied to that specific dose and or batch. Because let's say you had an adverse reaction and you went back to the doctor and you said, Doc, my face is numb. I got Guillain-Barré, or my kid's in the hospital. She's sick. All right, my kid's paralyzed day after a vaccination. And so now they can go back and they can recall that batch. How do they do that if they don't know who got that dose and what batch? Right? It's in your medical record which dose you got. There must be some identifier that's in your medical record. Otherwise, how would they know? So your name that's a lie. When he says your personal information isn't associated, that's a lie. It must be. If they're going to track these things, your information must be associated. Another interesting aspect is, maybe you've heard that there's this new kind of vaccine they're working on, a la Bill Gates, some sort of RNA thing where it's like a 3-prong needle where one needle gives you the injection and 2 needles provide a positive and negative electrical charge, which is supposed to create pores in your cells where this RNA can enter, and then it becomes part of your DNA, which is supposed to make your cells produce some antibody or something like that, whatever. Here's the thing. You cannot patent things that exist in nature. However, if you can alter the DNA of something, an insect or a plant, or in this case, human tissue, if you can alter that DNA, then you can then claim intellectual property. You can copyright that change, or possibly claim ownership physically. So maybe think twice if you're considering getting a injection that might include the RNA aspect, which could possibly change your own DNA. Interesting food for thought there. I'm not sure what else I want to say, except I hope you all feel much safer now that my disinformation campaign has been foiled by the good people at YouTube. I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Look, man, you don't prove somebody wrong by silencing them. See ya.